Hello BookTube, this is Kelly with Books I'm Not Reading, and we are still going on with our 2019 Betsy-Tacy read-along, whatever you want to call it, although we've sort of left behind the books that focus primarily on Betsy, and now we're moving on into books that I haven't read, which is really exciting to be reading them for the first time. And I am hosting this along with Kate Howe and Katie from Life Between Words, I think. Katie, I'm sorry if I got your channel name wrong. Anyway, so this month was Carney's house party, and that is Carney sitting there with all the letters. And Carney is short for Caroline Sibley. Caroline, or Carney, was a character that was in the high school books that we read about Betsy-Tacy. And this actually takes place before Betsy and the Great World, and definitely, of course, before Betsy's wedding. And so Caroline is at an Eastern college, and she is coming home, and some of her friends are going to come stay with her, and so they call it a house party, I guess. I guess that's what it was. But Carney's never really gotten over her high school boyfriend, Larry Humphreys, I believe. Is that right? Is that his last name? I think so. Anyway, and they have faithfully written letters to each other every week for 4 years, so I think that's what all those letters are about. And Carney doesn't quite, she just doesn't know, like, would they still love each other? Would they still, like, what is their relationship? And so during the house party, spoiler alert, like, they find out that he's coming to visit. In the meantime, one of Carney's friends from back east, Isabel, who's very sophisticated, has come to the house party, and they go out to Murmuring Lake, and then they drive up to this house that's recently owned by a very wealthy family, including their handsome son, Sam. And Carney, of course, takes Sam for the gardener or a servant of some kind of first. He's very unkempt and casual and that sort of thing. And I have to say, and this is really truly compared to the other books, like this is just kind of a novella, if you will. And I should have, dang it, but I didn't even read the stuff in the back of the book about Carney's house party. My apologies. It was just what I needed. It's just this light little romance, this just kind of fluffy, sweet thing, and I really, really needed it. There's a great scene, and I think part of it is that because, like, Betsy and Joe, that whole romance takes place in such kind of fits and starts. Like, every time you think, like, something's gonna happen with the two of them, then something happens to, like, throw it off its tracks. And then, of course, when they finally do get together, Joe's like, well, I just want to be engaged for a week, and then let's get married. And so at last we finally have, again, just a little novella, but a romance, and Carney is quite shocked by Sam's behavior at times. I thought it was fantastic. My favorite scene in this little novella was they're in this horror. Carney and Sam are in a vehicle. Sam is taking Carney home, and the weather's horrible, and of course vehicles didn't work. He didn't have four-wheel drive or whatever. They were worried they were going to roll off into a ditch. And so the lights stop working, and so Carney says she'll get on the running board and hold the flashlight out so that Sam can see where they're going. Anyway, which sounds pretty dangerous. I was like, go Carney. Anyway, and she, of course it doesn't work, and she is falling down the mud and calling for Sam, and she's like, oh, he's gonna be so mad at me because I lost the flashlight, and he rushes over to her. I'm sure he was worried about her, and just, you know, gives her a great big kiss. And I was, in my heart, like, I was just rejoicing. I was like, oh, that's so romantic. And Carney is outraged. How dare a man or a boy kiss her when, you know, she doesn't know his intentions, and is he really serious about her? How dare he do that? And so I loved it. I just thought it was fantastic. But like I said, it's a very light, sweet book, and I encourage you to spend, it's well worth an afternoon or a weekend to read Carney's House Party. So I was very, very happy. Betsy, of course, makes an appearance. Let's see. Oh, there's a great scene with the mask. And Betsy shows up as a Valentine, which I love. They go up into the attic to make their costumes, and of course, they're all so talented with needlework that they can just resize things themselves and reshape them into what they want, which blows my mind away today now. I certainly couldn't do anything like that, but I really, really enjoyed Carney trying to figure out like what her true feelings were, and you know, did she love Larry, and maybe it's morphed into something different, and Sam, she just, yeah, kind of, anyway, it's just, they have a really interesting chemistry, I guess is a good way to put it. So sorry for not reading the back of the book about the real Caroline sibling, who I'm sure was based on someone that Maud Hart Lovelace knew. We're going to stay in Deep Valley next month, and we are going to be reading Emily of Deep Valley, which I'm very excited about, again, because I haven't read this. This takes place a little bit later, although I did look briefly in the introduction, and it looks like we'll be seeing some familiar characters periodically. They're going to make some cameos, I guess. I thought this book was actually going to be longer than maybe even some of the Betsy-Tacy books, but it's only 209 pages. So again, good weekend read there. And then finally in November, we'll be reading Winona's Pony Cart, the second one there. And it's extremely short, and it takes us back to Winona's younger days. So it'll be a really fast read in November. And that'll also give us kind of time to sum up the whole experience of what this read-along has been like. And I'm so delighted that you've been part of it, and I've loved hearing about other people's experiences with these books and their memories or enjoying them for the first time. So anyway, I would love to hear what you think of Carney's House Party. If you make a video, please let me know. I do have a Betsy-Tacy playlist on my channel, so if you want to see all the Betsy-Tacy videos that at least I found in the last year as part of this read-along, feel free to check those out. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll talk to you soon, BookTube. Take care.